thing, guys. My wife, my wife showed me something. Actually, just before we got on stream, it was of April Margera, right? The mommy.
Yes.
That's Bam Margera's mommy. Now, just so you guys know a little history, as if you wouldn't know, Bam Margera is an individual who struggles deeply with like substances, right? Alcohol, maybe other drugs. Is that true?
Yeah, I think so.
She thinks so. My wife is like is in love with Bam Margera. The only reason that she doesn't love him as much anymore is because she met me.
Because I love you.
Because I'm so sexy.
You can't see the thumbs up.
So anyway, because my wife does like Bam Margera, she like so much so that she loves like the music. He had albums, right?
Well, like, yeah, he put together like CDs,
Yeah,
like
CDs
basically like a greatest hits CDs, but it was called Viva La Bands, and
Yeah.
it was all of his like favorite songs. So there's that. He has a Viva La Bands too. I never listened to that, but also I was just, he used like the music that he liked as like the background music on his shows and stuff. He had a serious radio show.
Did he really?
Or whatever. Yeah, I never like paid to. I was little, so like
Yeah,
I
what
didn't
a
have like
scam.
a serious
What a
thing.
scam.
But I would always call the phone number and try to leave him messages.
Did you ever leave a message?
Yeah,
What'd you say?
just like I love you and stuff.
Damn, I love you.
The phone number, because back, do you remember like people used to like spell things out for the phone number because of the letters on the numbers?
Oh yeah, I know. What
And
you mean.
his phone number for his radio 7 was 1877 porn bag.
Whoa! Do you think people understand what we're saying when we say numbers on like letters on the numbers?
I don't know. People our age, but if there's any children listening, they definitely don't.
Yeah, back in the. Do you still have to maybe? I don't even know if you used to do that anymore. You could just like talk about everything. It's one of these. It's one of these things where like you go like, oh, you want to spell something out, so you have to press the button like 2, and then if you want two more times, it's B. Right? Is that how
Yeah.
it is? Or is it 2 is A? Or you have to?
Well, no,
it's
like
so
so, like his phone number for his radio station would have been 1877
poopy pants.
767
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
Yeah. I don't even think those were.
But when
accurate,
you're texting is when you would hit it multiple times.
Oh
my God, I remember my first phone I ever got was in 8th grade, and it was an NV2 where
Like a
like
flip
you
phone.
could but like you could open it and it had the
Yes.
full keyboard, but then on the front it had like just the numbers and with like a very small screen, so that's what I would use to text in class.
My first phone was a flip phone I got when I was 16. I didn't even use it.
No?
Anyway, no, I barely. I just had it in for emergencies, so I was a Boy Scout. Sorry, I gotta do that. Anyway, back to the story. She posted something. We were doing a little recap of Bam. So yeah, Bam struggles a lot with like substances and whatnot, and you can kind of see his life in action through the Jackass stuff. Those really big pranks, like him and everybody on there, I think did a lot of. They did some crazy stuff. They would do like drink and other stuff, and I think all of them have kind of struggled with something. And Bam's the only one that seems to, or maybe I don't know if the only one, but he's pretty well documented of like kind of spiraling out of control, having this really negative, relationship with this stuff, and especially with like his best friend passing, Ryan Dunn. You could, like you were telling me, like it really kind of took it out of him.
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk about this, and this is his mother, and I wanted to talk about this because of what she says. We'll play it because this is the only relevant part, really. The rest of it is an advertisement for cheese or something.
And you may know me as the poster girl for stress and all things bad right now.
And my wife played that, and she's like, "Isn't that so sad?"
I was like, damn.
Because there's conspiracy theories that Bam Margera is actually like the victim of his own family and friends, that they are trying to abuse him and manipulate him into whatever to take his money. And there's like a whole conversation about a conservatorship and about how like, oh, if you listen to what Bam says, he said it's all bad. And this, he's a drug addict. And genuinely speaking, I don't think I've ever seen a more, from what at least the way I perceive it, a genuine friends and family that anybody ever had. And most supportive people I've ever seen than the people on Jackass and his mom and dad. Sorry.
Yeah.
I had a little burp. And people are pushing this conspiracy theory that they're trying to take advantage of him. And it's people on YouTube too. There's these big channels that are like, look at this conspiracy theory. Bam Margera is actually the victim. I think he does need a conservatorship. His brain has kind of gotten fucked. So I could see, and it was like a limited one in some capacity. And they're like, is this okay? You might think that the conservatorships aren't okay. Nothing to do with this case. This guy has a kid that he is not mentally equipped to take care of because of the substance abuse. And I think that the conspiracy theory angle it's very self-serving because it makes these YouTubers money. It makes these people money who comment these ridiculous things like that. And it damages this guy because now he has people shouting like, no, what you're doing is okay and it's all good. And they're harassing his friends and family. And I feel bad for the stress of them trying to do the right thing while they get harassed by idiots who don't care. People who want to, and this is, you know, it comes to another segment, basically are virtue bullying. Guys, oh my God, the friends and family are taking advantage of Bam Margera. Bye, I made a half-hour YouTube video. Goodbye. Let me leave you with the fallout and the damage. But you have these people that they're basically screaming into Bam's fucking brain over and over again that what he's doing is okay. But he's not. He's fucked, you know?
You know, I feel really bad because I think that everybody has not great moments, and obviously we don't know the Margeras intimately and what things were really like.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, just from seeing everything and so much of Bam's life, like a good chunk of things has been documented because even when he was younger, like he became like a professional skateboarder at I think 13 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And back then, like, they were filming things like the CKY crew were doing, like, just a whole bunch of stuff. And so there's lots of videos of him and a lot of his friends from when he was younger, and you know, his parents were kind of like always around, and it does seem like his family was the family in the group where everybody like hung out around and
I know
stuff.
what you're saying. Yeah, like kind of, I guess, like you're a little bit like your mom. She's like everyone's mom. Kind
Yeah,
of
like
yeah.
my house was like, you know, where if someone was having a problem, like they could come here. Like everybody felt really comfortable talking to my mom, stuff like that. But like that was like his relationship with Ryan Dunn, is that Ryan came from like a not so great family. And so I believe they basically like took him in, and like Ryan really was like his brother.
Yeah, I can see that.
But you know, even like Brandon Novak, whatever, one of the bees.
This is your expertise.
What?
I said this is your expertise. Do you notice? So this is very typical of women that are in social work and other mental health fields, is that they love really like damaged guys. Because I feel like I'm probably one of them. It's so interesting. So guys, if you're fucked in the head, go find somebody who's a social worker. They will love you. It's like they get to take work home with them. It's incredible stuff. Sorry, I didn't derail you.
But anyways, what I'm getting at is that like I feel really bad for April and Phil because who knows how much shit they've really put up with, because just based on the things that we saw,
pranks, the fucking alligators in the house and shit,
the fucking painting the house blue.
Oh my God, you would flip.
They made a moat in front of the house. They like fucking built like a whole thing. They filled the house with snow. They turned it into a skate rink.
Yeah,
and that's like their house.
Yeah.
But basically, it just made me feel really sad when I saw this because, like, again, it's so dumb, but I do feel like such a connection to this family because it really was what I was obsessed with growing up. Like, they shaped my interest in the music I listened to, the things that I watched. Even like my whole family then listened to that music. In 2000, what year was it? Damn, I don't remember anymore. Maybe 2018. Him had their farewell tour, and CKY opened for them, and me and my mom went to go because, like, I of course love CKY and him, but my mom loves Villavallo and
Who's
him. That? Villavallo is the lead singer of him.
Oh, okay.
So, gotcha. Like, we went to go see them, and when we were walking back to the train, like, we ran into Jess Margera.
Who's that?
Bam's brother.
Oh.
And, like, I took a picture with him.
Did you say I'm sorry, or we're running into him?
Yeah.
Continue.
But like he was like outside the bar and like we were just chit chatting and just having like a nice normal conversation. It was actually really funny because we were talking about him and my mom were talking about like how like he's gotten older over the like last few years and how he has so many kids, and he's like, yeah, I feel like a Mormon or something.
Jess Margera has a lot of kids?
Jess Margera, yeah.
Wow. Is he there for his kids?
Yeah, he is.
God bless.
But
by the way, I don't think Bam Margera is a bad guy, but like it's, you know.
But anyways, I know I'm going on a rant, and I've gone on this rant before. But anyways, like so, whenever I watch this, like I do feel like it's different than watching any other celebrity thing. So when I saw April make this video and she started the video like that, I was like, fuck, like that is terrible. Like how terrible to like be that extra mom to your kids' friends and like. Yeah. Deal with all this shit, or even dealing with fame. Like think of like the stress that we've encountered just from like where you're at, and
which is not
versus where he's at, you know.
Yeah.
And now everybody is like, oh yeah, you guys are a piece of shit, or not even that, just knowing that your son is out there acting a fucking fool.
Yeah. And
like just not getting his shit together, and that there's other people like being his friend right now, like running
being
around.
His friend. You mean people on the internet? That what you're talking about?
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about the actual people, like I think his new girlfriend, or like he's hanging out with some people where like
they're just enabling his shit behavior.
Yeah, and it's like you're spending time with him, and like there's no way that you hear what's coming out of his mouth and are like, yeah, this is chill.
Yeah, I feel bad.
I just feel like incredibly sad, and I really hope that like Bam
okay, you know?
eventually gets his shit together. But like I hope that like his family finds peace too, because I just feel bad.
Yeah. I this is I don't enjoy this topic, but this is something that like I think this is like the drama online that I think is like important, because I think a lot of people that engage on YouTube are young or very privileged, and they've never really struggled or seen somebody struggle, and they don't know what it's like, and they see Bam Margera go, this didn't happen to me. I'm a victim of something. And that's typical for drug addicts, unfortunately. And understanding that helps you put into perspective. And people are like, oh, see? Oh, he said that this was... And it's like, yeah. But he's going to say a lot of things to get out of, you know, accountability for what he's doing. Not because he's a bad person, but because that shit fucks you up so bad. And it's horrible.
There was a few weeks ago...
And sorry, I want to just tack on one extra thing. No, you didn't do anything wrong. I just wanted to make sure I really... Damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. Fuck, I had like a point to make to like kind of rattle that off. But my point is that he's not like a bad person, but you need to be hard on some of these things, like, or a little bit more blunt. You can't just be you can't be an enabler to somebody that's on drugs. You know, when they want to change, they want to change, but then that feeling fades, and they, you know. Motivation is, motivation's only part of a circle. You know what I mean? Like you have to force yourself to stay on track. And for something like we're big, and like so we're kind of addicted to food. So I mean, I can only imagine being addicted to something that just rots your entire brain. I feel bad. Sorry, go ahead, continue. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. You like took a break, so I thought I was
because I didn't. I stopped my thought, and then I was like, wait a minute, I have more to say, but then I forgot it. Go ahead.
A few weeks ago, there was like an incident where like he was like fucking with his family at Castle Bam and whatnot, and he like ran into the woods.
Okay.
And because like the property is like surrounded by a big area of woods, and so on his local news they posted like Bam Margera basically being like there's a manhunt for Bam Margera because because he like ran into the woods.
I thought they were just being stupid. Really?
Yeah, he ran away into the woods, and he had just like been trying to break down the door and told Jess that he was gonna fucking kill him, and like was threatening to kill like his mom and stuff because he's crazy right now.
Yeah.
But so then he ran into the woods. So they had a
that's real. That he like that's a reason why conservatorships exist. You know?
So there was a literal manhunt to find him in the woods, and it was all over Instagram, and everybody was like making TikTok. It's like, oh, like we're going to look for Bam Margera. He's lost in the woods, and it's like, bro, like. Even like with knowing like where he is and his state of mind and the substances he's using, like you're having fun, like, oh, like we're gonna go look for Bam Margera in the forest. Like I really thought you were gonna find his body in the woods. You
Well, it's
know,
all-
but
it's
people
all
are like
content
having
to
fun.
them.
Like, let's find Bam. This is fun. He's a cool guy. He's a jackass. You know, like
It's all fun and games for a lot of these. It's kind of similar to people who like showed up to the Johnny Depp trial and were like, you know, I'm here, guys. I'm waiting outside. I'm a fucking psychopath. It's like, holy shit, you know? I don't know.
it irritates me. Even honestly, the Britney thing,
Brittany who?
Britney Spears,
Yeah.
because now she's out of her conservatorship. And if you look at her fucking Instagram,
She's going a little crazy.
she's
Yeah, I feel like it's such a hard.
She's
I feel like
out of
she got the
control.
raw end of a stick, and now she's just like in a really weird spot. You know what I mean? I feel bad for her. The way that I think that like the way that the paparazzi and shit, like they fucking sexualized her as a child, and they fucked her up when she broke up with like Justin Timberlake or whatever. They blamed her for being like a slut or whatever. They talked about how sexy she was when she was like 15.
yeah.
Shit's fucking wild, bro. It's fucking crazy. Shit is disgusting. I feel bad for her. You know, when she was having issues with her kid or whatever, like lost her kid and or something, and they were like fucking following her around and stuff and harassing
Yeah.
her. I feel terrible for her. You know, paparazzi are real scumbags, man.
100%.
Am I basically kind of paparazzi on the internet?
You know, I was just thinking
no.
like about how I feel bad talking about April and their family, like in this segment. I was like,
I get
wow,
what
like
you're
I'm
saying.
really sitting here like talking about it. But I really do think that like when we talk about things, we don't
We try to
talk
be
about it
intelligent.
for gossip. Like now, and that's why I'm saying like it's stupid, because I really am like trying to express my like genuine feelings about
Yeah,
this
well, I
situation.
think that there's a difference between us kind of talking about something that we think is interesting but versus people like sensationalizing it. We're not sensationalizing anything. I like to think, and maybe I'm a goofy goober, but I like to think that we're at least having like an intelligent conversation about this. That's like human being conversation instead of this like terminally online sensationalized perspective where anytime a thing happens, we take it and run with it so that we can sell clicks, which is what a lot of people do on TikTok, and like media does it, but people on TikTok do. Lots of people do that, you know? So
Yeah.
I don't really feel bad. Also, I've been doing this kind of stuff for a while. I try not to be super sensationalized though. So yeah. I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to say about this segment.
No, I just, you know, I feel for her, and that, you know, I hope she gets that money from that sponsorship. Good for you, Ape. But
What else was in this video?
So I've actually discovered
I'm gonna
Shot
look
of
for the rest
Joy,
of it.
which is a kava shot. Never knew what kava was, but comes from Fiji, and it's actually a natural root. It gives you kind of a feeling of having a cocktail, but without having a cocktail. Instead of grabbing a whole bottle of wine and putting a straw in it when you're really stressed out, this might be the best way to go.
Me with cigarettes?
So give it a shot, literally.
Not anymore.
And you might find that it makes you a little bit less edgy too. Try it.
You want to buy it and try it on the next stream? Okay. Sorry, April.
no.
Oh,
Sorry, April.
sorry, April. You bitch. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Well, I was into that segment.